and welcome back to my channel. So today's Friday and I've actually been away for a few days visiting a friend, and so training's kind of been off the table. We did go to a hot yoga class, which was really fun, but so hard. Like, oh my god, it made me realize that I'm so much better at balancing on my hands than on my feet, which is definitely something I need to work on. And like, I had such sore glutes and legs the day after, which again shows me I do need to do a lot more leg work, because yeah, I get asked all the time what do I do to train legs, and honestly I don't do enough, so don't take advice from me. Like, I'm gonna try and implement a little bit more, because for me training is not only just about like the skills that I can do and whatever, it's about like keeping my body healthy. So obviously as we age we need to make sure that we are, you know, making sure that our bodies can still do all the things that it needs to do. So that was a tangent, but yeah, I did some hot yoga, but basically that's all I've done all week, so that's 4 days off of training. So what that means today, I need to really do a re-engagement session. So the level of calisthenics that you get to when, well, I guess like the level that I'm at, I can't just go back to the gym and go straight into like my normal programming. I have to like re-engage the muscles, what's the word? Like prep my body again. So like all my tendons and everything, they're not going to be happy if I just go straight in and start trying to do handstand push-ups or planche work. So what I'll tend to do is, today would be a push day, so I will do my regular that session will be tomorrow, but today is more about like a watered down version of it, and a little bit more kind of like mobility stuff and prep work. So that's what today's session is going to look like, and then I can show you tomorrow's session, which will hopefully be the full workout, and we shall see what that looks like, because I have been making some really nice progress with my push work. So I've been really looking at my bent arm strength and everything, and that's been going really well. So hopefully I haven't lost it all. It sometimes feels like you do, like when you take a week off, it can feel like almost impossible to go back to it, but I know that's not going to be the case. So yeah, we'll see how that goes tomorrow. And then on Sunday, it depends how I feel. I might be able to go in and do my pull session, or it may just be kind of like mobility work. And then I'm actually I've joined a dance class, which is really out of my comfort zone. So obviously I have that on Sunday, which I feel will be a bit more like cardio, because that's another thing I also need to start doing, is more cardio, because I don't really do any apart from like, I'll do like a incline walk to kind of warm up before my session. So the dance class is going to be my way of trying to, yeah, up my cardio and just do something a little bit more fun. And then, yeah, that's the whole weekend. So we'll see how it goes. We might change things as it happens, but yeah, this is how I train calisthenics all over the weekend. Oh, don't come at me, look at this mess here. I am moving very soon, so I'm just like trying to get everything together. But yeah, this is the outfit for today. Little Able jacket. These are Alpha Elite leggings. And yeah, dirty, greasy, slick back hair. I usually just have a coffee before I go and work out. I've tried pre-workout and I don't really love it. But I do actually want to like find one that I like, so if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Like, in terms of other supplements, I was gonna say, I get asked quite often, I do get asked quite a lot, like genuinely, what supplements I take, and to be honest, like, oh, I need my nails doing, that really hurts. I just have protein, like I'll use protein powder, either to make like protein oats, or I'll sometimes buy like the pre-made protein shakes, and that's like it in terms of supplements. I do want to try creatine. I keep seeing lots of videos about like creatine, and especially like for women. And I saw this video, one of like the big fitness influencers, I can't remember his name, Matt Does Fitness maybe, he posted a YouTube video of his wife taking creatine every day for 30 days, and then she did her like 1 rep max of like bench, deadlift and squat, and then did it again at the end, and like her strength gains were huge. So creatine is something I definitely want to dabble with. But yeah, in terms of supplements, I don't take anything at the moment. I've just got to the gym now, and this is for the re-engagement session. So yeah, we're gonna try and not go wild, you know, and even if it feels good, I've got to be like disciplined enough to not like push too much, because then tomorrow I won't be able to make. Okay, so obviously starting off with a warm-up. By the way, if you skimp on your warm-up, you're not going to get as far with your calisthenics. I definitely am guilty of this. I used to just like get so excited to train that I would just do a quick warm-up and boom, get straight into it. But honestly, if you spend the time really prepping the body, I love doing all these banded movements. And I actually use a warm-up that I used to do as a gymnast, which is basically working from like ears down to your toes, like warming up every single joint. And then the other most important thing is this, your fingers. People forget that, especially when you're using parallettes, like your fingers take a lot of the brunt of it, and your hands. So here I'm just kind of like rolling my palms on the parallettes and just really kind of warming up all the little tiny joints in the hand. And then I'm moving on to some more like prep and priming movements. So this is just a planche lean. I'm concentrating on my scapular positioning, trying to make sure it's protracted and depressed. And then here I started off with some push-ups on the parallel, so you get like a little bit of a deeper range of movement. But again, that's just like a warm-up prepping kind of movement. And then this handstand hold, I always start off with handstands and handstand holds as part of my warm-up. This was so long, I couldn't believe how long I stayed there. I've sped it up, but yeah, I kind of just got stuck there, which was nice. And then I moved into my workout. So remember, this is a very kind of like low intensity workout, so we're not really doing a lot. I would say this is more just like a warm-up throughout the whole workout basically. But here I'm doing some planche leans, again really concentrating on the scapular positioning and then pressing back up into that kind of down dog position, so that mimics the planche press that I'm working on. Next up, I go into some elevated pike push-ups. I also did some just on the floor, not elevated, to warm up as well, but I didn't film that. I was quite pleased with the depth I was getting here. I'm really trying to concentrate on my elbows staying tucked in and not flaring out, and my elbows staying above my wrist and not going like towards the box. So yeah, I'm still working on that, but these felt okay. I also did some like pull prep work as well. So I did some scapular pull-ups and I was trying to go as high as I could, kind of in between a scapular pull-up and about to be like a front lever raise. So you see how I'm like arching my back and I'm really trying to push the bar, like, or pull the bar, I guess, down towards my waist. Obviously it's nowhere near my waist, but that's the aim of this here. I was just really trying to warm up all of that pulling movement, ready for front lever training on Sunday. I then did some sets of just regular pull-ups, and on the last rep I try and do a little isometric hold at the top and then follow it by a negative. I think this was like my third set, so I'm quite tired by this point. I think I only got 5 reps, and then slowly lower down. It's Saturday morning now. I'm just doing a little bit of work and a little bit of self-care. I feel good. I think yesterday's session did exactly what it needed to do. I feel like a little bit sore, but it's like, I just feel like my muscles have turned back on. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. A little bit of work to do, and then I'm gonna head to the gym. It's like 10, yeah, it's just gone 10 now, so probably head to the gym for about 11:30. I just got dressed, slicked my hair into this stupid little ponytail. Cannot wait for that hair to grow. And yeah, I feel good. I've just had my second coffee. So yeah, let's go to the gym and see if I can do anything. I'm also going to try and take this camera into the gym. I don't know, I feel a bit weird about it, but I do have like a little tiny little tripod, because I was filming yesterday, obviously, and I did it all on my phone, and the clips just look so bad. So maybe we can pluck up the courage to bring this in with me today. But we'll soon find out. Okay, so I'm starting off again with handstand shapes and just handstand holds. I've done my whole warm-up before this, obviously, but I didn't want to just record that every day. So I'm on the parallettes this morning rather than on the floor, and just, yeah, going through some different shapes. I find that when the handstand starts to feel engaged, that's when I'm ready to start my workout. So I'll do kind of 3 to 5 sets of this. Obviously try not to waste too much energy, but yeah, it really helps me feel like everything gets engaged and ready to go for the session. This is a little challenge I'm working on, a supinated over to the 2 bars, and then I'm supposed to come down into a negative into that tuck plunge. I've got it a few times, but the supinated handstand is hard on the one parallel because it means like my grip is so close together, but it's a really fun little challenge that I do. And then we started off the workout. So here's my tuck planche, not too bad here, felt quite strong, but look, oh, slowly lower down. I like to add an L sit on the end just to increase the kind of the work, I guess. And then I moved on to some negatives. I really like how controlled these were looking. And then I need to stop looking down at the floor. I need to be looking forward. It's just such a bad habit that I have. So after planche work, I then move on to bent arm stuff, which means I'm already quite tired. So I started off with just some negatives, trying to get as low as I could, but as slowly as I can. Trying to concentrate on not letting those elbows go backwards or out. And then here I'm just doing like some frog holds, just to, again, like engage that bent arm position. It's a position I find quite awkward. I then moved on to some partial reps, obviously failed that one. Here's a mini one. I'd rather do a partial and be in good form than go too deep and then break form and then it all just, you know, goes to crap. Another set here. I think I went over on this one, yeah. And then I think this is my last attempt. I was already feeling quite tired at this point. Oh yeah, I just went for a hold here, that's right. I then try and do them on the floor as well because I want to be able to do them on both parallettes and on the floor. And this is a tip for any handstand work you're doing. There will be a preference, like a lot of people prefer parallettes because it's a bit easier to balance, but I would say practice on the floor as well because, I don't know, I think you want to be able to do both. I'm doing it in the straddle position as well so that it makes it a little bit easier to balance. I came down as low as I could there in like a negative. The negative is a bit harder on the floor because obviously your face gets in the way. But yeah, finished with some negatives. And then here again, I was just like trying to prep that bent arm, just like, you know, to understand like how to use that blocked position. So I was doing these single leg crow, and it's actually so hard and it puts a lot of pressure on the arm that you take the leg off. So yeah, try that one. It's a really good bent arm strength. Oh, here I was just done. Yeah, that was it. I then moved on to some banded stuff. Now people always ask how to set up the band. Obviously with my great filming here, you can really see what I'm doing, but I just loop the band over the bar like I would do for a banded pull-up. And then you want to set up so the band is completely in line with where your hands are going to be. So your hands, your hips and the band want to be in a straight line. If the band is pulling you forward or backwards, you don't want that for your planche work. I then just pull it down, step through, kind of fold over it, and it just sits in the crease of my hips. So you'll see now when I go into the tuck planche, the band is straight down. It's not pulling me backwards. So this is where it's offering assistance, but not cheating too much, if that makes sense. Just grabbed a vanilla protein shake, but that wasn't the best session. I mean, it was okay. Yesterday definitely did its job though, although it's annoying because I really felt stronger yesterday. So then it's like, oh, maybe I should have just like pushed really hard yesterday. But I know that that's always a bad idea, especially after time off, because then you just feel like I wouldn't have been able to do anything today. And I always tend to like hurt myself more when I do that. So it's important to like have those engagement sessions, even if it feels like, you know, oh, I could push a lot harder. Today, I guess like my bent arm stuff was okay, but I just don't have the endurance anymore. That's what it is. It's like I can do maybe 2 sets and then it's just really, really hard. But at the end of the day, I'm working on hard things, so it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna quickly go to M&S, get some food now, and then go back and I guess do some work. It's a really nice day. It'd be nice if the UK just stayed like this for a while. Probably won't. But yeah, kind of good session. I'd rate that 6.5, 7 out of 10 maybe. Yeah. I've just been sat here drinking that protein shake, and I was just thinking, I haven't filmed like any kind of tutorial stuff or anything for a while, and I'm blaming it on like the situation that I'm in. I've been out in Barcelona, came back at the beginning of January, and then my new apartment that I'm moving into is having construction work. So I'm currently at my parents' house, which is really not ideal for filming content and stuff. And then the gym, like, you know, I keep moaning about the lighting and that in the gym. So I think as soon as I can get into my new place, find a new gym and find something that's a little bit more appropriate for filming like tutorials and content, I'll definitely get more into that, because I do just think at the moment I'm just posting a lot about me and not very helpful things. So I've got a lot of videos planned, and something that I think everyone keeps asking for is like just a handstand video. And I realized I haven't really done a handstand video. Like, I've done press handstands and I've done things like that. So just like a basic handstand video, that's what I'm going to be filming very soon. Yeah, anything else that you would like to see in terms of like tutorials, or like, you know, I'd like to film some like long form, like educational stuff. So here on YouTube, not just on like Instagram and TikTok and everything. So yeah, like, oh, sorry. I need to get one of those mounts for the car. But yeah, that's the reason my content has been a little bit shoddy lately, is because, yeah, just not in the best of situations. Okay, it's Sunday morning now, and I feel quite good. I don't feel like I've overtrained. I feel like I could go and train today. The reason I'm not going to though is because I did something so stupid last night. Oh wait, what am I doing? Concentrate. So, like, I felt like I had a knot like right in my lower back, like on my pelvis bone on the left hand side. So I've had like lower back pain for a few weeks now, especially when I sleep, I like kick my leg up, and when I kick my leg up, I feel this pain in my lower back, just like a dull ache. And so I was like feeling around, there's a knot there, so I thought I'm gonna try and get it out myself. So I was like pressing myself on the foam roller, because I have been stretching. I thought it was like tightness in my glute. My left glute is very tight, so I have been stretching that out. But then yeah, because I felt this little nodule, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just like press it really hard with a foam roller and like just put pressure on it, because usually that's how I would get a knot out. And so I was like really going for it, and then I've woken up this morning so sore, and I kind of Googled it. And apparently it's actually not a muscle knot, it's like something called, I think it might be anyway, like I can't remember the technical word, but like the slang word for it is back mice. So like a lot of people have these little like lumps, like it's like on the pelvis bone. And it basically, it's something to do with, like, you can get it from an injury, from like obviously lifting or exercise, and it's where like a little fat nodule kind of pokes up through a tear in the muscle fascia, and then it's like in between the layers of skin, so you can like feel it and move it, and that's why I thought it was like a knot. But apparently pressing on it and doing all that sort of stuff is not what you're supposed to do, and I can definitely feel it this morning. So I'm like in like this weird pain in my back, and I was going to do like loads of mobility and whatever this morning and some stretching, but I think I just need to like leave it, because I've really kind of inflamed that area. So this morning, instead of mobility, I'm just going to be doing some work and drinking coffee, and then I have that dance class later, so I thought I'll just try and like rest a little bit this morning, and hopefully that dance isn't too harsh on my body. But in terms of like how I've trained, how I got back into my training, I think I did a good job. I think, like I said, the Friday session was nice and sort of low intensity, but it did enough to kind of re-engage my body ready for yesterday. Like, I didn't feel super strong yesterday, and honestly, like, I was in such a bad mood by the end of my session because I was like, oh, it just feels so bad, I don't feel very strong. But when I looked back on the videos, I was like, actually, you were okay. I was just being a little bit dramatic. But I think it's like hard because when you, I don't know, I'm so used to like feeling a certain way with certain skills, and then I just feel lately that I'm just not making progress. I feel like I'm either the same or like worse, but I don't know if that's the case or if I'm just being really like in my head about it. So yeah, I have some coffee. I'm not gonna probably film anything else today, so this is gonna be the end of the vlog. Please like it, and I'm gonna try and do more and try and think of more interesting things to film as well. But please let me know if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.